Hey YouTubers, it's Patrick and SpartanSubs.com here with boss man of MTS, Marc Lobliner. Marc, what would be your top tip for new trainers for making gains in size and strength, for consistent gains when they're young?
Well, the key is to eat properly for what your goals are. If you're trying to lose weight, obviously you want to eat in a caloric deficit. Aim to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. If you want to gain weight, eat in a caloric surplus and aim to gain ½ pound to 1 pound a week. And another thing you want to do is want to train consistently. Find a program you like, a program you enjoy, and adhere to it consistently, and that will lead to your optimal gain.
Any training tips you'd give to somebody starting out in the gym?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No, probably did.
I love these guys. Aussies, they're the best. I would say usually when people start training, they're younger and they're anxious to see that big shredded physique without understanding that it doesn't happen without time. So, and if I could go back in time and do this myself, I would. But obviously I was young as well one day. I would bulk up until I was maybe mid-20s and then do my first cut, because eventually, long term, you're going to be in the best position ever. That's going to be the best thing you could possibly do, because you don't get your adolescent years back. You don't get your 18 to 25-year-old years back. That's when you can grow the most. So if you take advantage of those years and grow and zone out that shredded look in your mind for now, eventually in the long run, you're going to look better than anyone else who is cutting and bulking and cutting and bulking. So that's the #1 tip.
Hey guys, it's Patrick at SpartanSubs.com here with the Arnold Classic champion, 212 Pro Jose Raymond, cut fresh off his victory here at the iForce nutrition booth. Jose, what would you recommend for new trainers, people who are just getting into the gym and looking up to yourself to make gains in size and strength? Like, if you could go back to when you were that age, 16, 17, what would you recommend?
Well, I would recommend a few things. One is set realistic expectations. I have young people come to me all the time, because that's what I do, I'm a trainer, and be like, how long till I look like you? And they're dead serious. I'm like, well, if you got 30 years to spare, then I'll see you in 30 years. Set realistic goals, smaller, achievable goals, and you'll never fail yourself. 2, have fun with it. You know, make it, take it seriously, but don't make it your everything, because you're bound to set yourself up for failure. Growing up, I took it as serious as anyone, but I would go out and party with my friends. I would take months off at a time where I would eat whatever I wanted and tried to live a normal life of a teenager, of a college-age person. It wasn't until, my 30s, when bodybuilding was a full-time job, that I took it 24 hours a day seriously. So enjoy the process, try to learn as much as you can, and don't take it too serious.
Yeah, absolutely. If you don't enjoy it, if you don't enjoy the journey, you won't enjoy the destination. Like, if you don't like going to the gym, you don't like eating the food, you're not going to be happy with the body that you achieve out of it.
That's right.
With Benson Milgate, iForce sponsored athlete, also our sales rep, and competing today. Benno's made final, so we'll see how he does tonight. Benson, what would be your top tips for new trainers looking to gain size and strength? What would you recommend? Like training, diet? What would you do if you could go back in time when you were younger? What would you recommend?
Probably the best advice would be to measure everything. Get a diary, measure your training, measure your diet. That way you can work out what works for you, because everyone's different. You'll see people go to the gym and just do different things each week and not track it. In 3 months' time, if you're not bigger or you're bigger, then how did you get bigger? You're not going to remember it. So the best thing would be record your weights, record your diet, and you can see where you're strongest, whether it was a high-carb diet, a high-fat diet, whatever. Yep. So record and measure everything. That would be the best advice.
Absolutely. That way, like, even if you don't make the progress you wanted to make, at least you can see why. You can learn. You've got a sort of a yardstick to measure your results by. Hey guys, it's Patrick at SpartanSubs.com here with Tony Torcasio, fighting champion and Fountain of Youth, and also the Victorian rep for Max's, a good friend of ours. Tony, what would be your top tips for beginners starting out in training to make progress in whatever their training goals?
Well, first of all, look at your diet. Make sure you're eating clean food. Make good choices in your food. That's very cool. So have an eating plan worked out, and be realistic with your goals. Just like small increments. Start with a basic training program, and then we're going to pick up the weight training as we progress. So that's really important. And depending on your body type, maybe after a weight gainer or a high protein, If you're after a high protein formula, it's all about recovery. So if you're
Absolutely. The only reason we're training is to recover, and we want to set those small increments. Set a goal for this month, and then once you reach that goal, set your next goal. How would you incorporate supplements in that, and what sort of a role do you think they play?
Well, post-workout is very important. When you're breaking down muscle tissue, it's very important to feed your muscles. There's no point training the next day if you haven't fully recovered from your previous workout. So it's all about recovery. So getting a good fast-acting protein after training would make good sense. Yeah.
Absolutely. What would you recommend for like the lean, the ones trying to stay lean, or the people trying to gain weight in products in the Max's range? We've got them right here.
Yeah. A good general everyday protein to have would be our super weight is a blend of whey protein concentrate and whey protein isolate. So medium, fast absorbing. So most people fit into that category as a good general.
Absolutely.
Post-workout, can't go past the Max's WPI as a fast-acting protein formula. This Max's are proud to announce this is the high leucine version. The ultra filtration is based on the whole milk, not just the byproduct of cheese making. So the amino acid profile is greater. So the leucine content comes up high. So a fast-acting protein.
And for our hard gainers out there, finding it hard to gain weight and gain size, would you recommend?
Our supersize would be ideal as for the real hard gainers out there with fast metabolism. Moderate protein, they're only about 28% protein, a lot of carbs. When you've got a fast metabolism, it's important to keep those carb content coming in.
Absolutely.
Carbs content. So I would be recommending supersize.
Awesome.
And the protein in supersize is whey protein concentrate, so it's a medium digesting protein.
A very high biological value for a great absorption, very simple, easy. Mix is good and tastes fantastic as well, which is really important when you're incorporating for a new diet plan.
So true, Patrick. Thank you.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, thank you for interviewing there, Tony. And this is Patrick from SpartanSup.com. You can pick up the entire Max's range online at SpartanSup.com with free delivery anywhere in Australia.
Hey viewers, thanks for watching. Make sure if you like this video you hit the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date with everything Spartan Sups related. We're going to be coming at you with product reviews, product demonstrations, supplement reviews, as well as supplement duels. So we're going to be comparing the best products on the market and what's going to work best for you. Make sure as well, if you need any supplements or apparel, head over to SpartanSups.com and we'll hook you up. Make sure you watch the videos in the sidebar here. And from Spartan Sups, I'm Declan and I'm out.